Imagine the roar of the crowd, the palpable pressure, the surgical precision needed under championship conditions. We're diving deep today into one of golf's most legendary and, frankly, demanding courses, Bethpage Black.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't just any course. It's the one hosting the 47th Ryder Cup, September 26th to 28th, 2025.
That's right. Big stage.
So our mission today, we're going to walk you through Bethpage Black hole by hole.
Oh, yeah.
We want to break down its unique features and really try to understand why it's considered such a brutal but, captivating challenge,
Yeah.
even for the best players in the world.
It really has an extraordinary reputation, doesn't it? You get there, and the first thing you see is that famous sign.
The warning sign.
Yeah, the warning sign. Black is for highly skilled golfers only.
Stark.
But then the funny thing is, every golfer, good or bad, wants to play it.
Right. It's like a badge of honor just to tee it up there.
Exactly. And what's really fascinating here, I think, is its place in golf. It's a top-tier public course. Anyone can technically book a time.
Which is amazing, considering.
Considering it hosts majors? Yeah, it's kind of an anomaly, really. A true gem of accessible but absolutely elite golf.
And it has absolutely proven itself, hasn't it? I mean, this isn't just some course that might host big events.
Not at all.
It's already had the 2002 and 2009 U.S. Opens, the 2019 PGA Championship. That's a serious resume, especially for a public track.
It really is. It speaks volumes about its timeless design, as they say. We're talking, 7,436 yards? Par 70 from the tips.
And ranked pretty high too, right? Golf Digest.
Yeah, number 37 on their list of America's 100 greatest courses currently. It's that mix of enduring quality in the original design, plus, some smart modern updates. That's what makes it so significant.
It really shows that great golf architecture doesn't have to be behind private gates.
Precisely. It can be shared and still push the best players to their limits.
Okay, let's do it. Let's virtually walk this beast. Starting with that front nine, it sounds like a real gauntlet right off the bat. So, hole 1, par 4, looks kind of straightforward. Degleg right, elevated tee.
Deceptively so.
Yeah, I've read those trees on the inside corner are they're no joke. You basically have to hit driver to even see the green.
Pretty much, yeah. They force your hand immediately, and then the green itself.
Steep front, right. Sounds like you need surgical precision.
You nailed it. That steep front means you can't just land it anywhere. Your shot has to carry to the center or back, otherwise you're looking at a super fast downhill putt. Not fun.
So right away, it's not just about hitting the green, but the right spot on the green.
Exactly. It sets the tone. Little psychological test on hole 1. And then after you putt out, you go through this tunnel under Round Swamp Road.
Oh yeah, the tunnel? That's kind of cool. Like entering a different world.
It feels like it. Almost cinematic, like you said. And you pop out at the second hole.
Which is the shortest par 4, I hear.
Yep. Shortest on the course. A graceful dogleg left kind of sweeps through this valley of oaks up to a hilltop green. Well, bunkered, naturally.
So, shorter hole, maybe less driver for the pros here?
Often, yeah. Getting too close to the creek down there doesn't really help you. Position off the tee is key.
So even here, it's strategy over just brute power. How does it still challenge them, though, being short?
Well, the terrain is steep, hides a lot of the flagstick, and if you miss left, there's a really punishing bunker and gully waiting for you.
Ah, okay, so it's deceptive, demands precision, smart play, not just bombing it.
Exactly. Proves distances and everything if you can't place it right.
And that precision, or maybe the lack of it, gets tested again on 3, right? The dramatic par 3.
Oh, yeah. Visually stunning, but terrifying.
Plays across a canyon. Diagonal green, deep traps in front. And I heard there's a chasm behind it.
A steep chasm, yes. So overclubbing is it's fatal. Absolutely fatal.
Has it always been that nasty? Or did Rees Jones try to tame it a bit?
Well, he did regrade it back in 2015, tried to make it hold shots a little better, but honestly, there's still very, very little margin for error.
Right.
It's just a tough, dramatic hole, forces you to fly it in right onto that small target.
It's amazing how even modern tweaks can't totally defang a great old design.
Speaks to the original vision, doesn't it?
Is it?
And then hole 4, par 5. This one actually evokes Pine Valley, they say.
Really? Pine Valley?
Yeah, designed back in 35, Superintendent Joe Burbeck with A.W. Tillencast Consulting. It's got this really dramatic bunkering that Rees Jones restored.
That's cool history. Tillinghast.
Yeah, and it shows how a timeless design can kind of absorb updates, stay relevant.
Okay, and then we hit number 5, which lots of people call Bethpage Black's finest hole.
Often, yeah, it gets that label.
Long car 5.
Yeah.
Scary fairway bunker, right? And those big oak trees guarding the approach to an elevated green.
Yeah.
Just picturing it. Sounds tough. Why finest, though? Not just hardest. What makes it stand out?
I think finest comes from how it blends everything together. The beauty, the strategy, it's a complete package. Those oaks, the bunkers, they're not just pretty, they dictate play. You've got decisions off the tee, decisions on the second shot. That elevated green makes it a 3-shotter for almost everyone, even pros. And the green itself. It's shallow, very subtle.
So even if you hit a good approach,
you can still have a really tricky putt if you're not on the right level or section. It demands great touch, not just power and accuracy. That's crucial in championships. It tests everything.
a complete test. Sounds beautiful and brutal, like you said. Okay, moving into the middle of the course, things get a bit quirky. Definitely stay brutal, like hole 6, quirky par 4, plateau fairway, drops like 60 feet down to a tiny green.
Yeah, a big drop.
And the bunkers around the green are bigger than the green itself.
Yeah.
That sounds wild.
It is pretty wild. Visually, it's tricky. That drop makes judging distance tough.
Yeah.
And the tiny green, flanked by those massive bunkers, it screams target golf.
So hit your spot or else.
Pretty much. It's about surgical precision, holding your nerve. It's a real mental test.
And from quirky to just plain brutal, hole 7, normally a par 5 for everyday play. But in championships, boom, it's a par 4. A brutal par 4. Why do they do that? How does that change things?
Oh, it ramps up the difficulty massively. Making it a par 4 forces a huge decision off the tee. Do you try to cut the corner, be aggressive over those scrubland bunkers to get the best angle?
High risks.
Very high risk. Or do you play safe, leave yourself a much longer, tougher second shot? It takes away the safety net of a 3-shot par 5. Forces those make-or-break decisions, really separates the field.
Man, those forced decisions are what make it so compelling to watch. And then, hole 8, surprise, water.
The only time on the course you see it.
First and only time. And that pond, short of the green, reshaped for majors. It reminds people of Augusta. Holes 12 and 15.
That's the comparison, yeah. Treacherous par 3s and approach shots over water.
What does bringing water in so late, just once, do to a player's head?
It introduces a whole new kind of fear, doesn't it? Precisely because it is the only water. You've maybe gotten comfortable thinking about bunkers and rough, and suddenly, bam, water, like those iconic Augusta moments. It demands a big mental switch. You have to account for this hazard you haven't seen for 7 holes. It's a clever psychological twist.
A test of adaptability. And speaking of tests, hole 9. Sounds like one of the toughest tee shots out there.
It really is.
Uphill, over gullies, bunkers, to a tabletop fairway. Seems like you have to hit the fairway.
You absolutely do. And it forces that risk-reward calculation again, not just for the hole, but maybe for your whole round. Even the best players often lay back here.
Really? Lay back?
Yeah, sacrifice some distance to guarantee finding that fairway. They know a demanding long approach is way better than being stuck in those gullies or bunkers.
So patience, strategic sacrifice. Sometimes the conservative play is the smart play.
Exactly. It's that battle, isn't it? Ego versus intelligence sometimes.
Ego versus intelligence. I like that. Okay, we've made the turn. Into the back 9. Promises more complexity, more choices, and, a ferocious finish. Hole 10. Sweeps alongside dune-style bunkering, shallow green, sand in front, chipping area behind, dune-style bunkering. What does that conjure up?
Rugged, expansive, visually pretty intimidating, usually. Think natural, maybe windswept-looking hazards, often big and deep.
Penal.
Extremely penal. So you need power, sure, but accuracy is paramount. And that shallow green with the chipping area behind means you really have to control your distance, overcook it slightly, and you've got a tricky up and down.
And then hole 11 runs parallel, but it's even more complex. Tilted green, ringed by sand, plus a new championship pin position. How much does a new pin placement mess with players on a tricky green like that?
Oh, it changes everything about the approach. A tilted green means the safe spot depends entirely on where the pin is. That new placement could mean a shot that was fine last year now rolls off the green or leaves an impossible putt.
So you constantly have to reevaluate.
Constantly. Precise calculation, understanding the slope, the exact flag location, adds another layer of stress, another tactical wrinkle.
Sounds intense. Okay, hole 12. Long par 4. For average Joes like me, strategy is simple. Don't hit it in the giant bunker left.
That's a good start.
But the pros, they can actually fly it over the trees for a short iron in.
Some can, yeah, if they pull it off.
What does that difference tell us about Bethpage's design?
It shows how it rewards controlled aggression, right? That pro advantage isn't just about smashing it, it's about the courage and precision to take that line on. For us mortals, it's maybe a defensive par. For them, it's a potential birdie opportunity created by taking a risk.
Really highlights the gap, yeah. Playing versus attacking the course.
Exactly.
Then 13, a demanding par 5 that forces a choice. You either play safe, lay back, but risk having a cross bunker block your view.
Right, leaving you a blind or semi-blind third shot. Tricky.
Or you gamble, go for the small, well-protected green in 2. This is where it gets really interesting strategically, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Classic risk-reward. The decision often comes down to where you stand in the tournament. Are you chasing, protecting a lead, trying to make a move?
That shot could swing everything.
It really could. It's a pivotal hole, strategically.
Okay, after that intensity, hole 14 feels like maybe a breather. Transition hole, par 3 over a pit, triangular green,
Yeah.
then back under the road for the finish.
It's a brief change of scenery playing over that pit, but don't relax too much. No real respite. That triangular green still demands a good shot.
And it's right before the ferocious finishing stretch.
Exactly. It's like the gateway. Keeps you on edge, reminding you the toughest part is still coming.
And that stretch starts with 15, which amazingly was the toughest hole in both U.S. Opens here.
Surprisingly, yeah.
And it doesn't even have fairway bunkers.
Yeah.
Why? Why was this hole, seemingly simpler off the tee, such a beast?
That's the genius, or the cruelty of it. The lack of fairway bunkers might make you feel comfortable off the tee, maybe even encourage a big swing. But the real teeth are in the green complex. It's this tiny two-tiered green perched way up like 50 feet above you in a hillside. And it's surrounded by what Rhys-Jones himself called lethal bunkers.
Lethal bunkers. Okay.
So you're hitting an uphill, often blind approach to a tiny target. Any miss is punished severely. It's all about that second shot. Relentless pressure, demanding absolute pinpoint accuracy, makes a simpler hole the hardest.
So it's like deceptive simplicity. You feel relief off the tee, then bam, the green complex gets you. Brilliant psychology. Okay, the grand finale. 16, another dramatic drop 60 feet from the tee, doglegs left, diagonal green angles right, big bunker waiting. That drop must mess with club selection.
Big time. Creates a stunning view, but a complex calculation. The ball flies further, obviously, but judging it exactly, with the dogleg, the angled green,
Okay.
very tough.
Forces you to be aggressive off the tee for the angle.
Ideally, yeah. And then you need another precise shot to that green with that bunker just looming. Punishes any hesitation or slight miss, another layer of challenge.
From one drama to the next, 17, ringed by yawning traps, widest green on the course, but also the most shallow.
Exactly. Wide target, but very little front to back room.
And you just know, with the Ryder Cup crowds, the grandstands, this par 3 becomes an absolute cauldron of noise. How does that atmosphere hit a player on such a tricky shot?
Oh, it's immense. It magnifies everything. Every nerve ending is firing. You've got this wide but shallow target. Land it just a bit short or long, and you're in those huge traps.
Yeah.
In that environment, with thousands watching, the pressure is unbelievable. It's a pure test of mental strength. We've seen heroes and goats made on holes like this.
The mental game laid bare. Okay, finally 18. This hole has evolved, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Lengthened, narrowed by Jones, then reshaped again in 2018. Specifically to encourage players to hit driver.
That was the goal of the latest change, yes.
Why do that on the final hole? Encourage aggression when the green is small and needs a precise short approach anyway. What's the thinking?
Pure drama. That's the philosophy. Invite the big hit, the driver, but make it risky. Because even if you smash a great drive, that small green still demands an excellent iron shot to follow.
So no coasting home.
Absolutely not. It connects to that whole championship ethos, right? Champions don't lay up at Bethpage Black's 18th. It's designed for a thrilling, potentially heroic finish. Forces a bold choice for glory.
Creates those moments we all remember.
Exactly.
Wow. What a walkthrough, an incredible journey through Bethpage Black. It's clear this course is just a masterclass in strategic design. Demands the physical skill, the accuracy, but just as much, that mental fortitude.
Definitely.
From that first tricky green, the quirky 6, those lethal bunkers on 15,
Yeah.
that final dramatic 18th, every single hole offers a unique and, often brutal test. So what does this all mean for you listening, whether you play golf or just find these kinds of challenges fascinating?
Well, I think this deep dive really shows something, doesn't it? Success, especially under pressure, isn't just about raw talent. It's about precision, constantly weighing risk and reward. Sometimes it's about having the courage to make that bold play.
Yeah.
It's about adapting, executing with focus,
Hmm.
kind of like tackling any big challenge in life, really.
Absolutely. And thinking about how Bethpage has evolved, Rees Jones refining it over the years, what does that tell us about a timeless design? Is it something fixed, perfect from the start?
Or is its timelessness actually found in its ability to adapt? To be tweaked, refined, and still present this enduring cutting-edge challenge generation after generation.
Something to ponder. A great question to leave folks with until our next deep dive.